Hello everybody, this is Mike from MBoxWave.com. I just got into a long position in this morning's crude oil. I saw an opportunity, so I took it, and I want to go over the analysis the way I saw it, and then we'll see what happens. So this morning, so basically I got in after this point. We had a Stooges signal with a buy imbalance, the +6. So that means there's more buying than selling on this down wave, and that's why it's called the buy imbalance. So I'm going to put a box around that here. I also saw that as price was breaking down, actually I wanted to draw this support level the way I saw it. So as price was breaking down here through this support level, it tested it, came back up, and it looks like it's retesting it. So I consider these support and resistance lines significant. If you can learn to draw them, then you'll see, because supply right here came down, and then it came down again. It's testing it, pulls back up, retest and retest, but this time it's bouncing off with this buy imbalance and the Stooges signal. Also, we had this which looks like supply, but in retrospect, after I saw this right here, look at these two boxes, this price movement up box and this price movement down box, right? We whipped right back up, and in comparison to the volume spent, this spent less here and whipped right back up, so it moved more easily up. So that's why it looks like demand, and in comparison this moved less and spent more, so this begins to look like effort, no result. So I'm going to just abbreviate it as ER, effort, no result. And this, to me, when you compare it to the effort, no result, looks like demand. Okay, we can also see the effort, no result in the cumulative delta, because we see a spike here. And then this M-Pace, see, I really liked this situation. I really liked this setup because you see the M-Pace, the momentum of the bids, and then we just whipped right back up. We whipped right back up, like bam, it's like the opponent is knocked off their feet. That's like with this effort, no result, and with the momentum of the bids, and then bam, we whipped right back up with demand, with momentum of the offers. So these are the offers. And these are the bids. This is the momentum. We whipped right back up. And so to me it's showing that at this price point just the supply failed with all this effort, no result, and we whipped right back up. Then we had the Stooges and a buy imbalance, and it seemed like a great entry point. At the same time, we can see the cumulative demand beginning to pick up here as well. So now I wanted to set my profit levels. I was looking at it, and it was I drew this blue line right here. I was looking at that, and I'll show why. Because this blue line, see, this sort of like, we had a rally here on Friday, and then it's kind of slowly, itty bitty, making its way down. It's hard to see a hard resistance support level. You could say, okay, this is a resistance level, but that's quite a big climb for us, over 100 points. So it's probably not the take profit level you want to set. So I was looking at which points were repeatedly tested. We see here this is a support, comes down, support, breaks down here, and it becomes resistance right around here. And so when we had this trade opportunity, it seemed like a logical place to put it. Looks like we're on our way. We're $1,400 in profits right now. I want to see if maybe we'll get another pullback. See what happens. I'll put the record on pause and come back in a little bit then. Okay, so we're back now, and I got into another position. I did an add-on right here after this pullback. And look at this, the MBox delta is showing, demand is coming in strong, it's picking up. Cumulative delta demand is also picking up. So this is a lot of demand here, and so I wanted to reevaluate my take profit. So initially my take profit was going to be this line that we drew earlier, but seeing this influx of demand, absence of supply, we had, to me this looks like a itty bitty here. This could be an effort result if you look at this box compared to the delta produced. That just confirms our positions. So I wanted to adjust our, looks like we're gonna hit this the way it's going. So I wanted to, let this run and make a bit more profit. Looks like that's reasonable given the strong analysis. So I was gonna scroll here and reevaluate the support resistance lines. Move it about up here. So here I just moved it. We see this is support here, this support here, resistance, 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 resistance. So so when price hits several times as a support and resistance line, then that seems like a reasonable target, and I'm going to move my profit levels there. Alright, and I want to lock in profits as well, so I put the second add-on, I put that stop there, so I'm going to raise this as well so that it's the same. But this looks really strong, so I think there's a good chance we're going to hit this. I think what really gave strength to this setup is just this turnaround. If you can just see these, when they whip around like this quickly, because this also looks climactic, this ER here. This also looks like a climax to me. I guess that disappeared. This also looks climactic to me. If result, because it's just so much spent, and this also, given the size of this M pace on the bid, this also looks like a climax to me. Now that we've taken off, you know, these can be confirmed as, you know, climactic. So that also gives me reason to think that, you know, we have more we can squeeze out of this, squeeze out of these trades. We've got two positions, currently $2,700, almost $3,000 in profits. Looks like we're in pretty good shape here. So target is 58.98. We can see, you know, demand here in the wave delta, 110, 182 here. You see these, this 110, 182, you see minus 39, plus 6, minus 35. Those are weak compared to the demand. You know, so you also want to be looking at those things. Some people might have a question, oh, this 15 right here is less than this 110. It's true. But it didn't make a new high on less volume, plus we had this buy imbalance with the Stooges and all this other analysis. So, you know, the thing is, you know, the markets, you know, they like to move certain ways, and not everything always makes sense. So if the general analysis, you know, shows a strong setup like I have drawn here, then, you know, something like this, you know, that's just doesn't need to be paid much attention to. Everything still seems in line. You know, you can't just look at one thing and make a, you know, a trade decision. You want to be looking at multiple things, you know, and that's what gives it strength. All right, looks like we're going strong with the cumulative delta. We had this nice imbalance here. We could take another entry right here, since we saw this. Heck, why not? I'll do it. Let's see here. Right, I'll put it there. This you see this box here, it was a down box. We had more buying than selling on this down box, so I added a third position, set my stop under here. This is just a bonus. Looks like it's gone, but this is just a bonus right here. You know, analysis was still strong. You know, you got to pay attention to these things. We had this looks like a drop in demand right here, but, you know, this was very weak supply, plus we had this buy imbalance and the cumulative delta going strong, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to this right here. This isn't weak. To me, it's not looking weak, and price is continuing to zoom up. So I'll put this on pause and come back in a little bit then. Okay, so we're back now. I think we're gonna hit it in a tick or two. One thing I want to notice is that stop I had for this imbalance, we almost hit it. We're one tick away. But see, that's why when I like to put stops, I like to put them a tick away from, you know, the swing point or something. When I saw this imbalance and this low point on this bar, I put it a tick below it, and I got lucky in this case. Actually, really did get lucky. This could have been stopped out on that trade, but We would have still, you know, been in profits once we hit this. Sometimes when you're just waiting for one tick, it seems like we should just, you know, be hitting it. Look at this large influx of demand right here in the MBox Delta. It's starting to pick up. Did we hit it? Are we hitting it? Okay, well, gonna wait a little more then. Thought we hit it. Guess we're still waiting. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. Okay, we just hit it. That took some work. We are $7,700 in profits. Today. So, you know, this third add-on right here, that was interesting because I was one tick away from hitting it. I guess the better, see, and I did it sort of mid swing, you know. Probably the better stop would have been with the pullback here to give it that flexibility, but it did work out. So sometimes you kind of have to you know, put things in perspective and, you know, see where to put those stops. Guess it's probably better just to put it under the swing point. But anyway, it worked out, you know, all those three positions. Again, you know, we had this, you know, climactic sort of volume and momentum. When the price coming down, we whipped right back up. Then we had the buy and balance stooges. We had the initial demand. Then, you know, we got in the first position here. We had confirmation of demand, so we got into the second position. Got in on this buy and balance. You know, we moved our take profit after, you know, seeing this large demand. You know, just seemed demand, you know, can continue to raise prices, and it worked out. So pretty happy with the trading today. I'll guess we'll just leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.